Councilmember Devin Keith was at tonight's city council meeting, but he left after 5 minutes of discussion regarding his 5 suspected shoplifting charges. I'm also standing in front of Space Camp. As I mentioned earlier, one of those 4 astronauts is actually a 5-time Space Camp alumna and a 2019 Space Camp Hall of Famer. Now, I want you guys to come with me. During my time in Lawrence County today, I encountered a bunch of uprooted trees, similar to the Relax In sign right here. And if you look at its foundation, it was clearly uprooted, much like the trees I ran into. Now, those shell casings came from multiple caliber handguns and rifles, meaning that multiple people were shooting that night. As you can see behind me, there's what seems like a never-ending row of first responders here at what is a helicopter crash scene in Harvest off of Highway 53 and Burwell Road. Although I'm not where I was during our 5:30 show, if you still look behind me right there through the trees, you can see glimmers of first responder vehicles still at the scene of a deadly helicopter crash. Now, unfortunately, for those who did attend tonight's meeting, public comments on the matter were actually not allowed. And again, unfortunately, for those concerned residents, these apartments were actually approved years ago, back in 2012. I have never, ever seen and heard this place be so quiet and somber. Now, about an hour and a half ago, you might see those silhouettes over there. That is law enforcement, and like I said, just about an hour and a half ago, I saw many of them hugging each other, patting each other on the back, giving each other support. Believe it or not, there are several items within your home that are considered hazardous household waste items, such as the battery in your laptop or your smoke detector, even things as simple as a TV monitor. Items like these must be disposed of properly. If not, they could wreak havoc on the environment and the Huntsville community. Nearly 2 years ago, I stood right here. Community leaders of both Triana and Madison came together today to break some ground, here at where Journey Middle School will eventually stand. Now, in January of 2023, I stand here in the almost completed Journey Middle School, a school that speaks volumes to the amount of people moving to this area. There are 2 types of caving, horizontal being one of them, like I'm doing right now, where essentially you just walk through the cave. And this is vertical caving. I'm anchored to a tree up top, and there's about 40 feet below me. Now, I'm about to rappel down. And as you're about to hear, I loved going vertical. This is awesome. First things first, no one likes a dead battery, but you have to have jumper cables. Now, this is just beyond cold weather in general. You should have some of these. Actually, a coworker was telling me today, this is a new tip I've never even heard of. Say you get to your destination, it's really icy conditions, even for walking. You pour some of this on the ground, boom, you're not slipping. Today is the official NASA student launch right here in Huntsville, and we're about to lift off right now. As I'm sure you can imagine, there was no shortage of rockets at today's launch. Well, that and pure excitement.
Oh, we're pretty pumped, yeah.
I overheard one team saying they drove 40 hours to get here. Luckily, other teams, like the one from UAH, had a much shorter journey.
You know, we get to host in our backyard, and hearing everyone cheer when our rocket launched, it was really amazing, and it really something to be here. So
this year will be that same team's first and last year at this competition.
We're a senior design team, so everyone on here, it's our first year competing in SLI, so this is all new to all of us, and we made a lot of new designs and a lot of new ideas.
The competition where innovation is at the forefront of everyone's mind, especially the students from Purdue University.
We always try to innovate our rocket design each year. This year we're featuring aerofoil fins and just continuing to push innovation forward. So
I was able to capture the launching of their rocket and their reactions. A student from the University of Alabama shares the importance of working with a team now.
To be able to work with a team and lead a team with such diverse people, they come from all walks of life, and they have different characters and personalities to work with. That gives you a taste of what it's going to be like to work in the industry.
Because one day she'll be on a team making its way into orbit.
I am very thrilled to be a part of this Artemis age where we're going back to the moon and beyond. We're going to Mars. I believe that, in the future, we're definitely going to see women represented equally in all of these aspects. And I will be there. I'll be at the forefront and I'll be leading all of our amazing efforts.
We're not even halfway through 2023, and already 18 school shootings have taken place. Although schools have become targets in mass shootings, many schools are taking the proactive route before things take a turn on their campus, like Drake State. The community college will soon conduct interviews for a police chief after announcing their new campus police department. I spoke with president of the college and a student staff member. Let's take a look. Although school shootings occur worldwide, the United States has been the scene of the vast majority of those attacks, especially in recent years.
The recent developments across our nation has certainly advanced this on the list, the police department on the list of priorities.
Both the number of mass shooting incidents and the number of people shot in them have increased since 2015, reaching a high of 686 mass shooting incidents in 2021. Dr. Patricia Sims, president of Drake State, aims to focus on safety so students can focus on what they're there for.
Honestly, they can't learn and be comfortable and focus on their learning environment if they're worried about their safety.
Students and staff members like Becky Sims.
I am an employee here and a student here.
While the campus does have a security presence currently, adding to it a police presence will ensure an extra layer of protection to all that attend the campus.
We like to see them out and about because things happen very quickly. So, if they're visible, we feel safe. But having an actual police officer here that is more skilled and prepared for whatever is going to happen, that makes me feel better.
I asked Dr. Sims about any previous threats made to the college. While they have had no individual targeted threats put on them, Drake State wants to be proactive, putting protocols in place before something happens, not after the fact.
As we look around the corner and think about the future and how that looks and monitor the things that are happening in our nations, it becomes really important. You can't ignore that there is a need, and so we see that need and we want to be proactive.
And all of this is a part of a bigger initiative put on by the Alabama Community College System. In the past 2 years, the ACCS has launched 7 new police departments on campuses across the state. For more information about Drake State's initiative to put a police presence here on their campus, visit fox54.com. Nixon Norman, Fox 54 News.